Tablets out, please, everybody. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. I need you to write down a number as your answer, an estimate, and I will take the average of each pair's answers. Whoever is closest gets themselves a point. Here is your first question. How many surviving peers are there in the UK? According to the National Peer Society. That's a fun thing to be part of, the National Peer Society.
A lot of peer pressure.
There you go. That's a good question, though, isn't it?
Good question, that.
We can, wherever we're from, we can all think of a...
I'm from Wales, we've got lots of peers.
Yeah, you've got some good... You've got, Rill.
Yeah.
That's a lovely peer.
Good peer, that.
Banger.
Yeah, so Ben is a banger.
Southend, longest pier in the country.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
Stick that up.
Sorry about Rill, Mike.
You might have 6 points, mate, but you haven't got the longest pier in the country.
That's it.
I'm going to guess.
What do you think at home on this one? How many piers are there in the UK? OK, everyone is in. What do you think at home on this one? Kirsten, what are you thinking here?
Favourite pier, Saltburn Pier, for me. Smasher.
Good pier.
But I've gone 60.
60.
Based on nothing at all.
That doesn't sound crazy. Christine, you gone up or down from 60?
I've gone up.
You've gone up. Have you gone a lot up?
I've gone a lot up.
OK.
I just thought maybe there's a lot more that maybe I wouldn't have been aware of. Maybe smaller piers.
There must be ones we haven't heard of, yeah. Absolutely.
OK, I've gone for 140.
Yeah, I think that doesn't sound crazy either. So 140, says Christine. So your average is 100 piers, you're saying. That seems reasonable to me. Mike, what was your thought process here?
I've gone for more than that, more than Christine.
More than Christine.
But that might be the Welsh bias.
Wales might be over-piered.
So I've gone for 200 piers.
200, says Mike. Kai, up or down from 200?
Significantly down from 200. I'm going to say that I forgot to put the 0 on the end.
OK.
Good man.
But I actually didn't. I put 12, Richard.
12? That is significantly down.
Right.
My peer knowledge is not that very good at all.
But listen, your average is going to be very, very close to the other team's average. So, yeah, your average is 106.
Oh.
So we've got 100.
So that's good.
And we've got 106.
Come on, Kai. Come on.
They all sound reasonable. I don't think 12 sounds reasonable.
No, it's an abysmal answer.
I think I could probably name 12. What do you think at home? What answer have you got here? Shall we find out? See which team has scored the point. How many piers are there in the UK? 61 piers in the UK. How about that, Kirsten? Amazing.
What an answer.
My specialist.
I should get an extra point, really.
Yeah, I'm going to give you an extra point, and because Christine's on your team, I've got to give Christine an extra point as well. But that's the easiest point you're ever going to get. So I'm going to give you extra points for that. Very, very close. Very well done if you got that at home. And Kai, you actually weren't. You were much nearer than Mike with 12. Let's play another one, shall we? How many miles of blood vessels are there in the adult human body?
Miles.
And that's according to our friends at the British Heart Foundation.
Must be more than you think.
Yeah, I'm going to go a little more than I think.
So it's not just more than you think, it's a lot more than you think. Mike, what are you thinking here?
I'm thinking 12.
12, so the old just under a half marathon. That would be a very interesting half marathon.
Yeah.
The Bubbins half marathon.
Yeah.
12 miles.
Well, capillaries, see?
Yeah, you got your capillaries. Kai, what are you thinking?
Not far off, Mike. I've gone 10.
10. OK,
10
very close.
Yeah.
Very close. So let me work out the average in my head. So you think 11 miles worth of blood vessels? What are we thinking on the other team? Kirsten, what do you think?
I did the same thing again. I started low, and then I went a bit higher. I probably glanced at you and thought...
Hello. That's a lot of miles of blood vessels.
Full of them.
Yeah.
So I've got...
you know what? It's fair, I am. I'm full of blood vessels.
I've gone 24.
24? Yeah. Christine.
OK.
Have you gone higher, lower?
Lower. I've gone much lower. 6.
6, you say. So again, the averages are going to be very, very close. So your average is 15.
Come on.
11, we've got 15. Let's find out, shall we? How many miles of blood vessels are there in the adult human body?
Shut up.
60. We were close.
Wait a minute.
That is crazy.
I mean, Christine, you got the 6 right.
Yeah, I'm missing a couple of zeros.
60,000 miles. more than twice around the Earth. You realise you two got a point there. I tell you what, I'm not going to give you 2 points this time. You're just a bit too far away.
Bit shy.
And that's the average. Imagine me. I must have 75,000 miles in there. Wow. You know what? No wonder I'm tired. Wow, that's crazy. There you go. Very well done. That's the sort of thing that some people would know. Well done if you got up in the tens of thousands. How many zoos and aquariums are there in the UK and Ireland? What do we think about this? Zoos and aquariums. Yeah, and that's rare bird centres, you know,
okay.
Kind of stuff. OK, everybody's in. What do you think at home on this one? Zoos and aquariums. Harriet, what was your thinking here?
So I put 230. 230 because...
Thank you.
Just in case you weren't sure, yes. I feel like that's... Do you think that's high, or...?
Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? Because there's not everywhere has a zoo. Ooh. I don't think it's too high. Oh, Lawrence thinks that maybe it's... Have you gone down from 230, Lawrence?
Oh, slightly, yes. I've gone for 78 for some reason.
78, says Lawrence. Your average might be perfect for both of you. Your average is 154. 154 is your average. Doesn't look bad, does it?
Sounds lucky.
Yeah.
Verona, what are you thinking here?
So I kind of closed my eyes and just imagined whatever number came into my head.
OK,
and,
that's as good a tactic as any.
Yeah. So I've gone with 72.
Oh, my goodness.
72, says Verona. John, up or down from 72?
Yes, up quite a bit. I just tried to imagine the land and the spread across, and as you were describing, the bird of prey centres.
Well, that's it. When you're driving down the motorway, quite often you see those brown signs and it will say Kestrel Centre or something, which I think might be a pub. But so that's maybe why I was thinking it might be a bit higher.
So across everywhere, I've gone for 310.
310, says John, 310. So the average is going to be fairly close to each other. Your average is 191. So we've got 154, we've got 191. What do you think at home on this one? Should we find out how many zoos and aquariums are there in UK and Ireland and who scored the point? 121.
Hey, we're good.
How
we're
about
good.
that? 121. So very well played, Harriet and Lawrence. Very well done if you got that at home as well, 121. Next question. On average, how many parcels per person were shipped in the UK in 2020? Imagine if you'd done that even 30 years ago, the answer would be very different, wouldn't it? How many parcels per person were shipped in the UK in 2020? Everybody is in. What do you think at home on this one? Verona, what was your thought process here?
So I changed. So I plucked a number out of the air again. I've gone for...
42. So just fewer than one a week.
Yeah.
We think. John, what are you thinking?
Well, I went for 68. Some of them could be very small.
Yeah.
There was an awful lot of posting and shipping in that particular year.
There really was, wasn't there? For reasons I forget. But yeah, there absolutely were. Let's take a look at your average. It is 55, so just over one a week, I think, for Verona and John. Harriet, are you higher than that? You got the look on your face that says you are higher than that.
Well, I did the average between me and my husband, so mine would be probably one a day apart from Sundays because they don't deliver on Sundays.
There's 8 on Sundays.
Yeah, and my husband is none.
OK.
So I've gone with, 150.
150, so about 3 a week. 3 a week.
Yeah.
Lawrence, up
Mine
down.
is ridiculously high.
You get
obviously, I've got a really quite crushing internet shopping addiction.
You surprise me.
And actually, thinking about it, I think I was a bit confused by the fact that we do have quite a large amount of people in the home. So I was basing it on about 10 a week.
OK, 500, 10 a week, so 2 a day, every day, pretty much. Listen, why not? You never know. So your average is 325. What do you think at home? We've got 55, we've got 325. I can only give away 1 point. Who am I going to give it to? How many parcels per person were shipped in the UK in 2020? 74 is the answer. Very well done, Verona and John. Point to you. One every sort of 5 days or so. In US dollars, how much money did Ed Sheeran's Divide tour make by the time it finished in August 2019?
Me and my dad went to watch him in Wembley, and we estimated how much we thought he made in one night in Wembley. We did the math.
Perfect.
Yeah, I know.
And then it's just how many gigs did he do?
Oh, wait a minute there, I've forgotten now.
So apart from the fact we don't know how many gigs he did and you've forgotten how much you thought he made.
It was a lot for that one night.
What do we reckon at home on this one? Ed Sheeran's tour, how much money do you think that made? Everyone in? Chris Akabusi, what are you thinking here?
Ed is the man. He's really, really large at this moment in time. So I've gone Big Willie style, 25 million.
25
Gross,
million.
25 million.
Tim, you gone up from that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone 30 million, so in the same sort of ballpark.
30 million, says Tim. So your average is $27.5 million. Grace, you going up from that?
Yeah, I've gone much bigger because I'm thinking he must have sold a lot of merchandise.
Yeah.
And he was only playing the very, very biggest places.
Yeah, the Enormodomes.
So I'm going 250 million.
250 million. Whoa. I'd go big, I think. I'd be somewhere up in the stratosphere. Lauren, you went one night. It was good, I'm assuming.
Yeah. But I think I got my zeros wrong.
OK, correct.
We're going to have a very big number. I'm up at 600 million.
600 million?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound... Yeah, I mean,
no, because I think I meant 60 million. If I'm thinking about the maths that me and my dad did were clearly bad maths.
So your average, Grace and Lauren, is 425 million.
Okay.
We've got 27 million, we've got 425. It was a big old tour. It's like years, wasn't it? And he's making a lot of money. Let's find out how much money did that tour make and who has scored a point. $776 million that tour grossed. Highest grossing tour of all time, according to the Guinness World Records.
Oh, wow.
We put the wrong gig.
Did it all himself?
Ed.
Yeah, why on earth were you a hurdler instead of an international pop star? According to the National Ocean Service, how many miles long is the Great Barrier Reef? What do you think at home on this one? Anyone been to the Great Barrier Reef?
I have, but I don't remember how many miles it was.
Did you not walk across it with a pedometer? OK, everyone's here. Layla, you've been to the Great Barrier Reef?
Yeah, years and years ago.
It doesn't really help, I know.
Yeah.
So what was your thinking here?
Well, I just guessed it.
Lovely.
Yeah.
What have you guessed?
154 miles.
154 miles. Kevin, what are you saying?
I think I might have over-guessed, actually, but it is the Great Barrier Reef.
Yeah?
I've gone for 1,200 miles.
1,200
It may be a bit
miles.
big.
So your average, Layla and Kevin, is 677. John, what have you gone with?
I've gone quite high. I've gone 3,289.
And you've drawn an aeroplane.
A baby shark.
Oh, it's a baby shark.
It's a baby shark blimp.
I was going to say it'd be a great blimp. So 3,200. And Sarah, what are you saying?
So I went with 1,000, Vanessa Carlton style.
Lovely, yeah.
Nice. And then I put ish, and then I tried to do a question mark, but I ran out of time, so it didn't let me do the dot on the end.
So your average is 2,144.5 miles. What are you thinking at home on this one? Let's find out, shall we? How many miles long is the Great Barrier Reef? Which team has scored a point? 1,429.
Wow.
Very well played. Kevin, you were very close, but the point goes to Sarah and John there. Well done if you got close to that at home. Final question in this round. Let's take a look at it. According to its website, how many visitors did the Louvre have in 2019? What do you reckon? You've been to the Louvre? If you know what I mean. No need to make silly jokes. Come on. Come on, we're all grown-ups. Sarah, you've been to the Louvre?
No.
It's kind of fine.
Is it art?
Yeah, paintings and whatnot.
I've put 100,000.
100,000.
Saying it out loud, it does feel a bit high.
So you're saying 300 a day?
OK, that's wrong, isn't it?
Well, listen, maybe. Maybe it's not that popular.
Yeah.
Oh, who wants to see the Mona Lisa?
Someone wants, I guess, other stuff to do.
John, up or down?
I've gone up. I've gone 400,000.
400,000. So about 1,000 a day. So your average is 250,000 people a year. Layla, what are you saying?
Right, so I thought it was over $1 million, but then I think there was some works being done, because I was there in 2019. I'm sure it was closed for a while.
Ah, this is good knowledge.
997k.
997,000. Wow. So again, about 3,000 a day there. And Kevin?
I just stabbed at 1.5 million, which probably is a bit high.
1.5 million, you're saying. About 4,000 people a day?
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel all four of them are too low.
Well, I've been in there, and it was packed.
It is.
Yeah, it's packed all the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at your average later. And Kevin, it is 1.248 million. What are you saying at home on this one? Who are we going to give the final point of the round to? How many visitors did the Louvre have in 2019? 9,600,000 was the answer. 26,000 a day, that would be. So 9.6 million. Well done if you got close to that. At home, tablets away, please, everybody. Give me an answer to this, please. Oh, this is textbook House of Games. According to the latest estimate from the European Commission, how many beehives are there in the UK? Whoa. I mean...
Right, here we go.
OK, everyone's here. What do you think at home on this one? How many beehives are there in the UK? Simon, what was your thinking?
I think I'm pretty low, but I've only gone for 5,200.
5,200, says Simon. Esme, are you up or down from 5,200?
Up. 110,000.
110,000. I think I'd have been up somewhere a bit nearer that. So your average, Esme and Simon, is 57,600. Claire, where are you on this?
So I've gone, only recently I went to Battersea Park Zoo and I saw 2 hives there. A friend of mine has hives in his garden. So I've gone for 200,000.
200,000?
Yeah.
Ashley, where are you?
Honestly, a complete guess. I'm a South London boy, not much knowledge in terms of bees, but 20,000.
Well, funny enough, I had that at first, then I stuck another note on.
So your average? 110,000. What do you think at home? We've got 57,000, we've got 110,000. How many beehives are there, and which team has scored a point? 244,000.
Wow, okay.
Get in,
200
Claire.
grand was 200,000.
Well played, Claire, on that as well.
Yeah.
Shall we take a look at the next question?
Yeah.
Write me down a number for this, please. To the nearest hour, what was the duration of the Apollo 11 mission that landed on the moon in 1969?
I watched this at school. We were allowed to go and watch it.
And how was that? It must have been...
Oh, it's amazing.
Mind-blowing.
So is that from...
Is that like from takeoff?
Is that from takeoff when it landed?
That's from takeoff to splashdown.
OK.
Yeah.
Oh,
I should know, shouldn't I? But I don't.
Well, I imagine you didn't watch the whole thing.
No.
Just the bit when they're on the moon.
Yes, walking about.
What do you think at home? You got any expert knowledge on this one?
Oh, difficult.
Really difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
OK, everyone is in. What do you think at home on this one? How many hours from launch to splashdown was that mission? Claire, we will start with you. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm trying to work out how long. Did it take... I'm thinking, did it take 2 weeks to get there? You know...
Oh, gosh.
Listen, I've picked a number out. I've said, 300 hours.
300 hours, so about 12 and a half days.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
2
6 days
weeks,
up. A little bit of time to kick around on the moon.
Yeah.
Ashley, what do you think about that?
Honestly, just terrible logic my end, but 36 hours.
36 hours, just absolutely
I don't have a clue.
Dashed home. 36, so your average
Well, it was a rocket, so...
Yeah.
168. So what's that? That's about 7 days. About 7 days. That doesn't sound crazy, does it? Simon, does that sound crazy?
Well, I've gone 192 because I don't think they were away for a week.
OK.
So, or thereabouts. So, yeah, it feels about...
kind of 8 days-ish.
Yeah.
And Esme, the only one who saw it live... 30 hours, says Esme. Let's take a little look at your average, which is 111, so 4.5 days.
Well,
so
it's tight, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. About 7 days, about 4.5 days. What do you think at home on this one? I wouldn't have a clue.
No.
Let's take a look, shall we, to the nearest hour. What was the duration of the Apollo 11 mission? Who scored the point? 195.
Oh, wow.
Ashley and Claire. Can I draw your attention to Simon Rimmer's answer, though?
3 hours out.
That is brilliant.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
About 7.5 days.
Yeah.
About a week, absolutely. But you get nothing.
Yeah.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, Simon. I feel like
Sorry
I've robbed you there.
That's the game, though. The average is the game. How many clues were there in the largest crossword ever published? How many clues were there in the largest crossword
published?
Ever published, yeah.
OK, so we're guessing.
I know as a scientist that's difficult for you, but that's where we are.
OK.
Just Stephen to write an answer. What do you think at home on this one? Where have you gone with this? Stephen.
Yes.
What were your thoughts on this?
Right. So I don't do crosswords, but when I've seen them in the newspaper, there only ever seems to be about 15 questions.
Yeah.
So I thought, what's a lot more than 15?
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
So I've gone with 125.
125.
You don't look like that's right.
Well, who knows? Listen, and Ria may have gone big. Ria, have you gone bigger than 125?
I have gone bigger than 125, but I was expecting him to be bigger than that. So maybe I didn't go as big as I wanted to go.
Okay.
I've gone 1,000.
1,000. So your average, Ria and Stephen, is 562 and a half. Doesn't sound crazy. Charlie, where are you going on this?
So I was trying to envision the big board and all the boxes, and I, like, Stephen at the end there, thought it's got to be more than 20. I went with 326.
326, says Charlie. John, up or down from that?
Well, because it's a Guinness Book of Records kind of thing. I've gone for a nice middle 500.
500.
Yeah.
So it's lower than Stephen and Ria's. Your average is 413. What do you think at home on this one?
Was it cryptic?
Yeah,
or...
yeah.
We don't know, do we?
There's so little we know. One thing we do know is how many clues there were and who has scored the point. And it is...
Oh
my!
66,000.
It was an evil crossword.
66.
Wow.
Stephen and Ria, you somehow managed to get the point there.
Because of Ria. Thank you.
What was your answer, Ria?
Mine was a pitiful 1,000.
Stephen and Ria, you get yourself a point. Very well done at home if you were up in the high thousands there. Next question. Write me down a number for this, please. In dollars, how much did Marilyn Monroe's Happy Birthday, Mr. President dress sell for at the 2016 auction?
Counting on you, Stephen. Fashion.
Oh, goodness, I think that's
Kim
too much
Kardashian was
pressure.
supposed to wear it to the Met Gala.
Oh, yeah.
She wore it on the carpet, apparently, and then changed.
Oh, did she?
Because the material would have
the original.
disintegrated, yeah.
OK. Charlie, what are you thinking on that?
I don't know if I've gone a bit low on this.
OK.
Because I remember reading it when said Kardashian wore it. I might have gone a bit low, but I've gone for 1 mil.
1 million. I mean, it must be a lot, mustn't it?
It's going to be a lot.
1 million is a lot. John, you gone up or down from 1 million?
I've gone for a 175.
You've gone down, 175. Again, that sounds like a lot.
For fabric, for a bit of...
Yeah, let's take a look at your average. $587,000 is your average. Stephen, any clues on this one?
I only know that Kim Kardashian wore it for the Met Gala. She spends too much money on everything, but it is technically second-hand.
Yes, that's very true. Vintage.
Yeah. So I've gone for $1.3 million.
$1.3 million. Ria, up or down?
So there's an old show that I've heard of called The $6 Million Man.
Yes.
So I decided to go for the $6 million dress. I think it's Marilyn Monroe. She is an icon.
Yeah.
It is a classic. And I'm happy because it pulls our average above $500,000. And I feel like it would have gone for more
Lovely.
than $500,000.
So your average is 3.6 million. So we've got 580,000. We've got 3.6 million. What do you think at home on this one? Let's find out the answer, shall we, and see who's won the point? $4.8 million.
You can literally buy where I'm from for $4.8 million.
Wow.
Twice.
Yeah.
4.8 million. Well done if you got that at home. And a point there to Ria and Stephen. Nicely played. How many new cars registered in the UK in 2021 were grey?
Wow.
It's the most popular colour of car.
Is this?
Yeah.
Oh.
What do we think at home? You got a grey car?
I buy 7 new cars a year.
Yes, the average, but some people don't buy any.
Amazing.
Yeah. Some people keep hold of last year's one. Even so.
Yeah. I like to have one for every day of the week. That's my thing.
What happens when they get dirty?
Painted down the side.
Yeah. That's too many, isn't it? No, that's done.
OK, everyone's in. What do you think at home? Have you got a number in mind? This is tricky, isn't it? It's really hard to know where to start. Tom, what were you thinking here?
And I have to go into that more, do I?
No, you could. Listen,
I feel like that's how many grey new cars were registered in the UK in 2021.
That was your thinking? So,
basically.
So you wrote it down?
I just thought, like, there's lots of people who've got cars.
A lot of them are grey?
Some of them are grey.
Some of them, not all of them? 20,000?
That's basically what I've opted for.
That doesn't sound crazy to me.
Thank you.
Yasmin, up or down?
Down.
Okay. 10,500. That's not crazily down. I guess you'd both be fairly happy with the average.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was thinking of changing to 15.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
There you go. Let's take a look at
that was my thinking.
Average then. It is 15,262.5 for Tom and Yasmin. Ingrid, what was your thinking?
No, this feels like I've lost my mind slightly. I've gone much higher, which is wrong. I'm sure of it. 100,000.
100,000.
That makes no
Ingrid.
sense.
But again, if that was the first thing that had come out of the pot, I'd have been like, yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah. I'm hoping you're going to...
Stephen, you gone up or down?
I'm getting slightly hysterical.
Oh, no.
I shouldn't have had that large espresso just before we started filming. I've gone 150,000.
Wow. All right.
Wow.
Well, one of us is very wrong.
If we lost our mind, we've both lost the same mind.
No, that's good. I feel less bad
But you're very similar. Listen, like
minds. Yeah, exactly.
Like minds.
In the right pairs.
So 125,000.
We're glass half full kind of people.
Yeah. What do we think at home on this one? We've got 15,000, we've got 125,000.
Slight difference.
Let's find out, shall we? How many grey cars were registered in 2021 and who's won the point?
Oh,
my goodness! 8,000? What?
Oh, my face is red.
At least we both very badly wrong. I don't feel guilty about dragging you into my horrible low guess.
That's a quarter of all cars. Yeah. So there's 1.6 million cars, new cars.
That's not good,
in
Britain.
The UK, 408,155 grey ones. There were 12 maroon cars registered last year.
Oh, wow.
12, so maroon is the way to go. But imagine if you've got a maroon car.
Yeah,
it'd be feeling pretty special, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well played, Ingrid and Stephen. Point to you.
Thank you.
Next question. A track typically needs to achieve at least how many audio streams in 1 week to break into the top 40 of the UK singles chart? According to the BPI. What do we think at home? Oh, no, this is ghastly.
It's definitely too many. That's it.
OK, let's do this. Yasmin, what are you thinking?
I was thinking 75,000.
Yeah, doesn't sound crazy
No.
to me. But no answer to any of the questions that sounded crazy to me so far.
Yeah.
And they've all been, like, miles out.
I feel like I want to do a crazy answer now. It's just like
Tomo's got a crazy
elephants or something, but no, it's 650,000.
650,000, says Tom. So your average is 362,500. Stephen, what are you saying on this one? That's a lot to you, is it?
10,500?
10,500, says Stephen.
That feels very smelly now.
Well, I don't know.
Give me their answers.
Be right.
But you mustn't be led by other people. That's
true. I'm not going to be led by other people, Richard. It's 10,500.
Sometimes you should be. For example, if you're on a plane, be led by the pilot.
Or you're in the army.
Yeah, be led by a general. But sometimes you've got to be your own man, which is what you have been, resolutely.
Thank you.
Ingrid, up or down from 10,000?
Well, look.
I mean...
There you go.
Patico.
Oh, no.
Because I think top 40, it's not number one,
Exactly,
is it?
yeah.
It streams on all platforms. You know how
what that
easy it is to
means.
stream it. It doesn't know. Is it the entire song? Is it for like 3 seconds? I mean, I've clearly made a big error here, to be fair.
I don't know.
We don't know, Tom.
So your average, Ingrid and Stephen, is 10,200.
Oh, dear.
So we've got 362,000, we've got 10,250. Oh, no. How many streams does a track typically need? 1,400,000.
Oh.
Just to get in the top 40.
Yeah. How about that? Well, it's because everyone's streaming all day, every day, I guess.
All day, every day.
Now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, everyone's suddenly best on the chart.
Guys in the gold snapbacks, we're all streaming.
Yeah, exactly.
They never stop streaming.
You guys in the Monday T-shirts and the golden snapbacks. The streamers. Another point to Tom and Yasmin. It's the end of that round. Tablets away, please, everybody.